It says Hello, I'm Charlotte and this is Books and Bargains. Today I'm coming to you with my September anticipated releases. Now, I had intended to read some of these books before September so that I could give you a more rounded view of what I thought of them. But August has been hectic. I don't think I've announced this anywhere on my channel yet. Let me just turn that sound down because I don't want random junk emails annoying me. Right, so I have got a new job. As I'm filming this, I start tomorrow. As you're watching this, I started yesterday. I'm going to be working part-time in a supermarket and I'm so excited. But it has meant that there has just been a kind of overwhelm for the past week or two where I haven't read all that much. However, that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's get into the video. So there are a chunk of books out on the 7th of September. The first of these being Small Fires by Rebecca May Johnson. This is the paperback release of this book and I am loving this so far. So this says, Small Fires reinvents cooking, that simple act of rolling up our sleeves, wielding a knife, splattering red hot sauce on our books. As a way of experiencing ourselves and the world, cooking is thinking about the liberating constraint of tying apron strings, the meaning of appetite and bodily pleasure, the wild submersiveness of a recipe, the power of small fires burning everywhere. And I am loving this book. I did think when I start reading it that it would be a little bit too literary for me. But actually, I've kind of sunk into it and I've read kind of that whole chunk in one go pretty much before I put it down because life got a little bit... Yeah. I have very kindly been sent this by the publisher and I also have a second copy to give away to one of you. So if you want to win this, just comment below with your favourite dish and why you love cooking it. Or if you don't cook, or if you are a bit like me, a lacklustre cook, let me know your worst kitchen disaster. And I will leave this up for a week and then next Sunday I will announce the winner on my communities. The second book that I am also partway through is The Changing Man by Tomi Ayemakindi. And I'm not sure about this one. This was very kindly sent to me by Book Break and I want to love it. And like I say, I'm not very far in and the intrigue is there. But let me read you the blurb for this one. This says, when Ife joins Nethercott School, through its prestigious Urban Achievers programme, she knows immediately that she doesn't fit. Wandering the echoing halls, she must fend off cruel taunts from the students and condescending attitudes from the teachers. When she finds herself thrown into detention for the foreseeable future, she strikes up an unlikely alliance with Ben, a troublemaker with an annoyingly cute smile. They've both got their reasons to want to get out of Nethercott. Ben's brother is missing and no one seems to be bothering to find him. For Ife, it's just another strange element of the school that doesn't care about its students, but as more and more people start going missing, including one of Ife's only friends, she starts to feel haunted. Who is the figure she started seeing in the shadowy halls who looks mysteriously like herself? And is there any truth in the strange urban legend that travels the school like mist, the legend of the changing man? Now, I haven't got to much of that yet. It's all been kind of background story so far, so maybe once I get into a bit more. It says that it's for 12 years and up, so maybe that's why it's not giving me the creep factor. The PR package for this gave me the ultimate creeps, and I said at the time that I wanted to put it in the freezer. I don't know whether I'm doing myself a disservice because a lot of it so far I am comparing to Ace of Spades, which I absolutely loved, and I also enjoyed Karen McManus's One of Us is Lying and One of Us is... I can't never remember what the second one is. One of Us is Next. And then I think the new one is One of Us is Back. However, like I say, I'm I'd say, how many pages am I in? I'm 130 pages in, and the intrigue is there. So I wanted to include this one here anyway. If I didn't already say, this is also out on the 7th of September in paperback, ebook and audiobook. I apologise for the fact that I sound a bit raspy. Nana has got a cold, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I have caught it. Anyway, also on the 7th of September is Dr. Amir Khan's How Not to Have an Arranged Marriage. This is his debut fiction, and this is out in hardback, ebook and audio. This is also sent to me by Book Break, and I bloody loved this book. I think I've already raved about it in a vlog, but if you haven't seen that, I will rave about it here. So when I first got this, I was put off by the size of it. Don't let that put you off. This is 400 odd pages, which 461 pages, which as a general rule, I would not pick up a contemporary fiction that was that chunky, and yet I flew through this. So this follows our main character, Yusuf, who goes off to university. Yusuf is a Pakistani Muslim, and his mom, we know from the first chapter of this what his mom's kind of background is and what happened to her. And so his mom has real kind of views for her children. So like, she wants him to be a heart surgeon, and she wants his sister to be a pharmacist, and she really wants the best for her children. However, when he's at university, he falls in love with Jess, and he knows that he can't be with her. So he kind of tells her that he will tell his parents about her. And then they finish medical school and things start to happen. So I don't want to give too much away about this, but what I did really love about this book is that we're following Yusuf, we're following his sister, Rayhana, and also his friend Rohit. Now Rohit is a Hindu, and we're following these different arranged marriages, and I learned a lot. There are some great food descriptions in this one. There is also my kind of catnip of hospital setting. I did say in my wrap up, and I'll stick by this, I wish this book had been split into different people's stories across different books, a bit like Talia Hibbert's The Brown Sisters. I think that would have been really good as kind of 3 companion novels, because I do feel that the one's Rohit story kind of didn't have as much meat to it, and I would have liked to have seen more than that. But really enjoyed this book. If you like a kind of diverse contemporary, if you're sick of reading the same old romance, then I would definitely pick this one up. And also on the 7th of September in hardbook and ebook, we have National Dish by Anya von Bremzen, I think that is. I can't read the writing. Bremzen. Can I say that enough times? Now, again, I'm just going to read you this. Oh God, I need glasses this morning. It says, a revelatory journey into the stories behind 6 iconic cuisines and an enthralling dive into the relationship between food and national identity. In National Dish, award-winning food writer Anya von Bremzen sets out to investigate the eternal cliche that we are what we eat. Her journey takes her from Paris to Tokyo, from Seville, Oaxaca, and Naples to Istanbul. She probes the decline of France's pot au feu in the age of globalization, the stratospheric rise of ramen, the legend of pizza, the post-colonial paradoxes of Mexico's mole, the community essence of tapas, and the complex legacy of multiculturalism in a meze feast. Finally, she returns to her home in Queens, New York, for a bowl of Ukrainian borscht, a dish which has never felt more loaded or more precious. As each nation's political and social identity comes under inspection, so too does its palate. Rich in research, characters, and lively wit, National Dish peels back the layers of myth and misunderstanding around the world cuisines, reassessing the pivotal role of food in our cultural heritage and identity. And that, I'm a bit gutted that I haven't got round to reading that one yet, because that sounds fantastic. this was again kindly sent to me from the publishers, and yeah, I can't tell you any more about that because I'm a bad booktuber and haven't read it yet. But if you do want to get your hands on that, again, that is out on the 7th of September. And then on the 14th of September, we have a book that I'm really excited for, although I can't actually remember anything that happened in the first book in this series, but I remember loving it. So that said, this is Hex and the City by Kate Johnson, and this is out in paperback, ebook and audiobook, and I have got this on pre-order, I think. So I can't remember much about the first book, you know. I just remember loving it because it had kind of Hocus Pocus and Sabrina the Teenage Witch vibes, both of which are up there with some of my favourite kind of autumny, spooky kind of things. So this says that, well, according to Amazon as well, the spice is 3 chilies. I don't remember the last one being that spicy, so we'll be interested to read that. It says things you should know about Poppy. 1, she's a witch. 2, she has magical hair like Rapunzel from Tangled. 3, she lives with Iris, the head of the coven, in a beautiful ramshackle house next to Highgate Cemetery. 4, she works at a Hubble Bubble, a magic shop in Covent Garden, though none of it is real magic, as that would be highly irresponsible, until Poppy accidentally sells gorgeous celebrity magician Axel Storm, all 6'4" of him, a cursed pendant. When all hell breaks loose, can the guy with fake magic and the girl with real magic fix the chaos they've caused, or will sparks fly both in and out of the cauldron? So yeah, I am looking forward to that one. Also on the 14th of September in paperback, ebook and audiobook is the debut from Jessa Maxwell. This is The Golden Spoon. Now, all I had to kind of know about this one is that it is Bake Off with murder mystery vibes, and I was sold. So let me read you what it says. It says, for 6 amateur bakers, competing in Bake Week is a dream come true. But for the show's famous host, Betsy Martin, it's more than a competition, it's her legacy. As she welcomes contestants to her ancestral home, Grafton Manor, she's excited to discover who will have what it takes to win the ultimate prize, the Golden Spoon. Quickly though, things start to go really wrong. The contestants are jittery, they've heard strange noises in the manor at night. Betsy is irate, a new co-host has arrived and he's out for her spotlight. Then the sabotage begins. At first it's small, sugar switched to salt, a hob turned too high. But when a body is discovered, everyone is a suspect because someone at Bake Week wants to settle old scores. Now this is the kind of book that should be at least a 4-star read for me. It's got that kind of closed environment that I like in a thriller. It's got Bake Off. So yeah, can't wait to get my hands on that one. And then on the 14th of September, we have a book that I am so excited is getting its paperback release. And that is Janice Hallett, The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. I read this last year on Kindle via NetGalley and absolutely loved it. I am in the minority that has loved all of Janice Hallett's books, but I know the Twyford Code has had a mixed reception. But again, The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels seems to be one that everybody is loving. This follows a detective. Is she a detective? Oh, I can't remember now. I think so. No, I don't think she... Anyway, the woman in this book gets given a safe and it says, open the safety deposit box. You will find research material for a true crime book. Oh, that's it. She's an author, true crime. You must read the documents, then make a decision. Will you destroy them or will you take them to the police? And so we, once again, a bit like The Appeal, you're handed some information and then you follow the story to kind of try and make what you think of it. Now, my favourite dynamics in this were that I'm sure it was this one where she had a what's the word I'm looking for? She had a student to like transcribe things down, and we got a few little asides from her which made me really laugh. Yeah, I don't want to give you too much about this one. All I want to say is that we're following a case from years ago where a cult leader was found dead and nobody ever really got to the bottom of it. Everyone that the reporters and journalists tried to talk to either ended up dead or disappeared. And so it's one of those that you just have to piece together yourself. And then on the 28th of September is a debut fiction book in paperback and ebook, and this is The Christmas Orphans Club by Becca Freeman. Now, I hadn't heard of Becca Freeman, but according to the Tinterweb, they are a bookfluencer and host of Bad on Paper podcast, and it describes this book as a riotous holiday rom-com about four friends in NYC who hold on to unconventional Christmas tradition even when their paths diverge. Hannah and Finn have spent every Christmas together since college. Neither has anywhere else to go. Hannah's parents died and Finn's disowned him when he came out. Their tradition of offbeat holiday adventures only grows more outrageous with time. When the pair starts their adult lives in New York City, they add stylish Priya and mysterious Theo to the group, solidifying a found family and sense of belonging they've always craved. But now when Finn announces a move to LA, this Christmas may be their last. Hannah is terrified of losing the family she's built for herself, even as her boyfriend nudges her towards commitment. Meanwhile, Finn struggles with the things he's about to leave behind, namely his unexpressed feelings for Theo. Does growing up mean growing apart? This Christmas, the changes these friends fear may be exactly what they need. And I just thought that sounded wonderful. You know that I am a sucker for a Christmas romance, and that sounds very reminiscent of the kind of feels I got from Juno Dawson's Stay Another Day. So hopefully I will get my hands on that one. And so those are the books that I am excited for in September. Once again, I am sorry about my crackly throat. I just had to get this filmed this morning. Otherwise, I wouldn't get another chance. I hope you're all well. Don't forget to enter the giveaway by leaving below your favourite dish to cook or your worst disaster in the kitchen. And the giveaway will be announced next Sunday. Until then, look after yourselves. Oh, let me know if there's any September releases that I haven't mentioned here that you're excited about. And until next time, look after yourselves. Bye.